Hi guys, Crystal here from ChristaCoDesign. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple granny square, your basic granny square. The 4mm hook here and some small little minis of cotton yarn. And let's see, this is 100% cotton. It's a number 3 lightweight yarn. You can make a granny square in any weight yarn. You can use number 4. Just want to make sure you use a hook that is compatible with your yarn that's comfortable for you, or follow your pattern guide. Okay, so I've got 2 colors just so we can do that as well as change colors, which is real popular in granny squares. So we'll start with our first color, this pink, and we are going to chain. We're going to start with a magic circle. You can also chain 3 and slip stitch those 3 together to make a circle. 1, 2, 3. We'll start with our chain 3 in the magic circle, and then we are going to make 2 double crochets in the circle. 1 and 2. Okay, so there I have 3 stitches because this one will count as my first double crochet. Now I'm going to chain 2, and then I am going to place 3 more double crochets. These sets of 3 will count as our grannies. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so now we have 2 clusters of grannies, and then we are going to chain 2 again. 1, 2, and place 3 more double crochets into the circle. There we go. And then we're going to chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets in the circle. All right, that is our 4th set of granny clusters. I'm going to start pulling my magic circle closed. Here we go. So this is a corner, this is a corner, and this is a corner. So I need to end with a chain 2, and I am going to slip stitch to the top of my 3rd chain to join it and make it a complete round, and my first round is complete here. So if I pull that tight, it closes that circle up. Let me just set it down so we can see here. The 4 corners will be where we increase. So we're going to put 2 sets of grannies there. And then as we grow our granny, we will be putting single grannies, as in a cluster of 3, in each of the chain spaces on the sides. And we'll just keep growing out like that. Okay, so we can cut our yarn and change to our beige here. Okay, so I cut my yarn, I'm going to change colors here. Well, if we're going to stay the same color, we're going to slip stitch over here. But since we're going to change colors, we don't have to do that. We can just join here. Okay, so I will join here, and we're going to chain 3. All right, and that counts as our first double crochet. Now we are going to put 2 more double crochets in, and I am working over my tail there that I just joined. All right, that's our first granny. Now we are going to chain 2 and place in the same chain 2 space corner another cluster of 3 double crochets. There we go. Now we're going to chain 1 for a side, and we're going to skip the next 3 double crochets and go into the next corner, and we're going to repeat these stitches, 3 double crochets, chain 2 for the corner, and 3 double crochets. There we go. Okay, so our corners have 2 clusters and 2 chains. Our side has a chain 1 here and a cluster of 3 below it. Here is our corner, 2, 2. So then we'll repeat that, chain 1, skip these 3, go into the next corner, chain 2 space, crochet 3 double crochets, and then a chain 2. I'm going to slide those over in the same chain 2 space, double crochet 3 again. Now we're on a side, chain 1, skip those. We're at the corner here. Repeat the 3 double crochets. And then chain 2. Three more double crochets in the same corner. Okay, and then that brings us to a side. So we're going to chain 1, skip over these 3, and slip stitch to the top of our 3rd chain here to complete round 2 in our 2nd color. Okay, so now we're going to keep repeating that, and we're going to increase our sides. So for this one, I'm going to show you what to do when you don't change colors, and that is to slip stitch over to the corner. Okay, so continuing here in the same color, we're going to slip stitch to the next stitch, slip stitch to the next stitch, slip stitch to the corner, and begin our chain 3. Okay, so for round 3, we're going to chain 3, stands for double crochet in the 2nd, and the 3rd, slide those over, chain 2 for our corner, double crochet, double crochet. Okay. Now, on our side, we have a space here that where we did a chain 1. So we're going to chain 1 again, skip 3 double crochets in this chain 1 space. And this is not a corner, so it's just 1 cluster and 1 chain 1 to skip over these 3, and into the corner chain 2 space we're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay, so now we're going to repeat that around on this side, chain 1 on our side, skip 3, place 3 double crochets in the chain 1 space, chain 1, skip 3. Now we're going to place 3 double crochets chain 2, and then 3 double crochets in the same corner chain 2 space. All right, so continuing on our third side, after the corner, we're going to skip these 3, so we need a chain 1, and then we're going to place 3 double crochets in that chain 1 space. Chain 1 again, skip these 3. Now we're at a corner chain 2 space, so we're going to place 3 double crochets. And then chain 2, and then place 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3, place 3 double crochets here. And then chain 1, skip 3, slip stitch to the top with a third chain to close up around 3. There we go. All right. Okay, so in this way we're going to keep repeating. And now on this round we're going to have still the 2 clusters in chain 2, but here we're going to have a chain, in our chain 1 we're going to put 3 cluster, chain 1, skip, another 3 cluster, and then increase. So the number of single granny clusters on the sides will grow as our square gets bigger as well. 4, we're going to change colors again. So you can just cut your yarn and join it at the corner. For this one, I'm going to do a chain 3 alternative instead of a chain 3. This represents a double crochet just like a chain 3 does, but it's a little easier to crochet into, and it looks more like a double crochet, so it's what I prefer. Either one is fine. All right, 3 double crochets, chain 2, three double crochet. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 3, and place 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3, place 3 double crochets. Now we're back at our corner. We're going to chain 1 and skip these 3 in the chain 2 space. We're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. All right, chain 1, skip those 3 double crochets here. Chain 1, skip 3, 3 double crochets here. Chain 1, skip 3, 3 double crochets here. We're in the corner though, so I'm going to go ahead and do a chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets in there. All right, so you can see how it's working up there. And we're just going to keep repeating that around. Chain 1, skip 3, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3, and then in the corner we have 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, skip 3, all right, and then chain 1, join to the top of our chain 3 alternative here. Okay. So now you can keep increasing your square in the same way. You just keep going to the corner, whether that's with a slip stitch or if you're going to change colors, cut the yarn and join. And you'll put 2 clusters and a chain 2 in the corner. Chain 1 for each granny cluster that you skip. Place 3 double crochets in each chain 1 on the sides. Chain 1, skip, 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip, 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip, and then in the chain 2 we're going to place 2 sets of 3 with the chain 2 in the middle and continue the pattern on. Chain 1, skip, 3, chain 1, skip, 3, chain 1, skip, 3, chain 1, skip, 2, chain 2, and so forth and so on.